Okay, so here we are again, starting with 20 minutes, blank sheet of paper. Not really sure what's going to come out, but we will find out shortly. Here we go. I'll try to draw bigger this time. A little warm up first. It's important to warm up before drawing. You don't always do it, but probably should. Just like I don't always stretch before running, but I usually do. It's very good if I do. Draw a couple of circles. I'm very bad at drawing circles or ellipses. It requires patience, something I don't have too much of, unfortunately, which is a bad thing for an artist, or a wannabe artist, as the case may be. Okay, let's see what comes out. So we'll try and draw big this time. Straight lines. I should practice drawing my straight lines, I reckon. Just rough outline of our working space. And something I used to do quite a bit was a method that Andrew Loomis recommended in one of his books. I don't remember which one. It was the beginner book, I believe. I think that's the third, but that's okay. I don't quite exactly remember the method, but that's okay. I'll approximate it. So what you do essentially is you divide your space into boxes, not even boxes, because you'll get a very different kind of picture, but you want to fit into uneven areas. And that way, in seeing the lines come together, you can it kind of inspires you to it tricks your brain into seeing images sometimes, or just inspires you to do different things. So I've got some things like that. I think I did this wrong, but that's okay. It's art. I'm not sure that statement made any sense, but that's okay too. And here at the intersection, draw more vertical lines. I'm pretty sure I did this wrong. It's been a long time since I used this method. Got a hair eraser. And then more horizontal lines at these intersections. Yeah, a blank sheet of paper can be very intimidating. I just missed that intersection, but that's okay. And so you kind of look around and see what you see. And I see something right here. Go along. I think I'm going to switch to my other pencil. So we are underway. It's probably a good idea to establish your horizon line first, but unfortunately I did not. I'm not too good at drawing mountains, unfortunately, but I think this one might be okay. Let's draw a little something jutting out right there. Get a little more character. Got Pride Rock up here. Establish some scale, just how far away are we from this mountain. How tall are the trees here? So I'm going to draw my trees over here. You may have noticed on 2 videos ago, if you watched it, where I had the guy discovering a waterfall, or observing a waterfall. But it's good to have a nice frame around your drawing. Okay, I have this imposed frame, but also the actual composition. It's good to have a kind of frame like that too, just to direct the reader's attention, or the viewer's attention. Yeah. Soften this up a bit. Some grass. This is a deer. I haven't actually studied how to draw deer, but I have studied horses, and I've drawn a few dogs before. And most animals are mostly the same. Share common features, especially the tube body. For example, the neck is often just a triangle, head is a triangle, the body is a tapered cylinder. Usually has some kind of bean shape like that. Especially the legs of quadrupeds are like that. Quadrupeds, well, 4-legged animals, of course, but especially animals like deers and horses, hoofed animals, those guys. When you get into the detail is where they start to be very different. You know. Maybe next time I'll draw a horse. I haven't drawn one in a while, so That'll be a challenge. That's a very skinny deer-like horse. Anyway. Let's use these lines to different intersections. We'll make this a head. Okay, 7 minutes left. Let's see what I can do. Nibbling those tender grasses on the edge. I guess deer spread their legs out like that. That's what giraffes do. I haven't really observed too many deer in the wild. Sorry for the interruption there. My phone overheated and shut off, so my video stopped, so I stopped the timer. I think it was at 6 minutes and 40 seconds, but yeah, somewhere around there. So I'm going to continue. Since I had a little bit of time, I looked up how a deer eats or drinks, so I was a little bit off. It depends on how tall the grass is, but yeah, they don't bend their legs like, spread their legs out like giraffe unless they really need to. So we got a nice fat deer here. I'll make this grass a little taller too. They don't have to work so hard to graze the wild grass, yeah? Start erasing some of these lines as well. But you can also put things at points of interest, like just put a rock here for whatever reason, just because. Everybody likes rocks, right? And to get the impression of grass, you don't really need to fill up the entire thing with grass, just a little, just to get the idea. The viewer's brain will fill in the rest. Especially around the edges. The edges really give the illusion of the texture. That one must be really big. That's okay. Let's make this guy a little less fat. Maybe it's a fawn, yeah. Got 3 minutes left. Start erasing more of these lines here. I probably won't have time for this one, but you can distinguish between these different areas, the grass and the rock beneath, with texture, of course, but also by shading. They're in a different plane. So if I had more time, I'm having some kind of light source over there. Maybe that's the sun itself. I'm getting ready to set. I'm not really sure at this point. But this would be more in shadow, and this would be a little lighter. Yeah. I didn't really finish these trees either. That's okay. I'm not really sure how pine trees look, to be honest. So. But they are pine trees, rest assured. Make them nice and dark to get a nice border here. Running out of time. Some more clouds in the background there. The clouds are going in different directions. It's not a good thing. But I guess it's okay for now. Clouds are difficult to draw. One thing you always have to remember is that they're three-dimensional objects, so this looks really flat, but really the cloud should be coming, if you think of it as a long rectangular prism, if the cloud is coming this way, at least. It's actually a box, and you just fill in the box with the volume that you want. But I should have really practiced that. That looks pretty bad. And you distinguish the top and bottom with color, with tone, with shading. Yeah. Okay, so I'm running out of time, so I'm gonna go ahead and erase these lines over here. Or start to erase these lines. And this is again, this is one of the methods that Andrew Loomis, famous art teacher, introduced in one of his books. I'll have to look up which one. Which is to generate ideas for sketches, for paintings, for whatever. Have the grass coming a little closer here. About 20 seconds. There's supposed to be trees down here. Let's make this darker. Trees. And of course, I should be doing this pretty carefully, but out of time, so. Thanks, alarm. And all this stuff down here would be trees, and as they got closer, you would give in more detail, like something like that. Okay, but I'm gonna stop right there. And of course, trees would go up the mountain somewhat as well, not until a certain point where they start to thin out, and then turns to just rock, and then to snow being on the sides of the mountain. But yeah, that turned out much better than I thought. You never know what's going to come out. And thankfully something decent came out. And again, this is just a sketch, a thumbnail, an idea, 20 minutes. Something could be done with this, can be turned into something bigger, into a painting if I could paint. But yeah, it's just a tree trunk. Another 20-minute painting, that's all. See you guys next time.